Hi, I'm Michael Sales, and I'm a principal of the Security and Sustainability Guide. And I want to talk to you today about the way in which the era that we're in, which is increasingly being referred to as the Anthropocene, is an era of great insecurity. And I want to provide some good news in referencing all of the work that is being done by thousands of organizations worldwide to address the polycrises nature of the Anthropocene with great ideas, great commitment, and a lot of resources. My presentation here is going to be both scary and full of hope. The Anthropocene is a word that is becoming increasingly used to describe the age of humanity, a new geological age, which has human beings at the center of its management and at the center of its impact. There's a guy you may have heard of from the 20th century named Buckminster Fuller. And Buckminster Fuller saw the Earth as a spaceship. And we have become increasingly aware of the existence of our geosphere, our planet, within the context of something so incredibly vast. I think it's beyond the ability of, I think, all of us to comprehend the complexity and the diversity of the universe. And so we're on this like tiny little blue speck that's called Spaceship Earth. Anyhow, Fuller describes how humanity hasn't yet done a very good job of A, being aware of the fact that we're on this spaceship, and B, addressing the creation of an operating system that will make it sustainable and will give us a chance to realize the consequences and the implications of our extraordinarily vast technological reach. The James Webb Space Telescope is taking us out to what many believe is the beginning of time. We're not aware of the need to think in rational and creative terms about the management of our planet. So therefore, this thing called the Anthropocene, the age of humanity, so far is most notable for its basically constant warfare, for its ecological damage, for its rampant consumerism, and for its astonishing technological advances across many disciplines, with perhaps information technology being the primary one, in the sense that information technology is now essentially connected every human being on the planet and is connecting us out to the much wider universe. The Ukrainian situation is a perfect example of the problems of this era that we're in. There are quite a few people who fear that the war that Russia has initiated against Ukraine constitutes the beginning of a third world war. Wartime is a phenomenon that is always tragic and is prone to unpredictable accidents that lead to escalations. The kind of environmental destruction that is happening as a result of Russia's attack on Ukraine is another demonstration of the linkages between the degradation of our climate and our overall environment and the wars that are happening. Pretty sad. This project I work on with an international team called the Security and Sustainability Guide is a catalog of the literally thousands of organizations that are dedicated to addressing some element of the relationship between the security situation here on Earth and the sustainability possibilities for our planet. And the core principle of the Security and Sustainability Guide is that you can't have security without sustainability, and you can't have sustainability without security. And the objective of the Security and Sustainability Guide is to make these thousands of organizations that are working in some way or another at the nexus of security and sustainability aware of each other, to stimulate conversations between security agencies of various sorts and ecologically oriented organizations of various sorts, to increase the impact of these organizations and the efficiency of their undertaking. You can see from our subject index that we've got scores of different types of topics that organizations are addressing. Let's take a look at water. Very little fresh water on the planet. Here's a goodly number of organizations that are focused on water. We've got a quick look on water resources. Quick looks are a summary of leading organizations that are focused on a topic. Here's some right here. We know that these kinds of organizations have solutions to the kinds of problems that societies are facing. Our effort is to bring awareness to activist scholars in particular of the activities of these organizations so that people can draw on these resources and get connected to them and help these agencies and organizations find common ground. It's a very exciting project, and there are many other elements of the project that we seek to achieve beyond simply cataloging this information. I want to emphasize that there's a great deal that's scary about the Anthropocene, that the fact that for the last 150 or 200 years, from the beginning of the industrial era, that we have been affecting the atmosphere and therefore are now really starting to affect the climate. A lot of people think that that's the impact on the climate that humanity has exerted and is exerting is irreversible, and it's not good. And many people are very, very deeply pessimistic about this. So that, yeah, that's scary, and we see it every day. And these climatological problems are causing great stress on what are called planetary boundaries, such as the ability of the atmosphere to absorb carbon. But that's it's extremely worrisome. That's the bad news. The good news is that resources such as the Security and Sustainability Guide have demonstrated that incredible creativity is being put to the test of meeting this challenge of the era of polycrisis. We can do it, but we have to change our political condition. We have to move from an era of the Anthropocene where reactionary populism dedicated to various conspiracies theories and hokum superstitions of different sorts, where that is going to get replaced by thoughtful, data-based leadership, such as that being developed by these thousands of organizations that we've identified. Thanks so much for your attention to this idea. And my name is Michael Sales, one of the principals of the Security and Sustainability Guide. See you later.